All right, Miss Carol, thanks for inviting us out to your garden.
Well, you're welcome. I'm glad to have you.
Yeah, and it's beautiful too. Now, where do you want to start? You want to talk about your gardenias first? Or?
Well, I have some hardy gardenias that actually were not hardy because they didn't make it through the winter. So you can see they're trying to come up.
They're trying.
And then I put in some heavenly scent gardenias, which is kind of a new cultivar, and I'm hoping it'll be real hardy for this area.
Okay. Now, what do you have over here on your left? I see your Loropetalums. Now, are they going to stay that size or what?
They are. They're kind of a mid-size Loropetalum, so they don't get real huge. And I just love the, you know, kind of the relaxed look of them, and you don't really have to prune them. Those are Darama Loropetalum.
Okay.
And I call this my hydrangea bed, obviously.
I wonder why.
And these are a native white dome hydrangea. So again, have a very free-form look to them. And then back in the back, those are Annabelles.
Okay, okay. So your intentions were to put your hydrangeas here in this area?
That's right.
Okay.
I wanted to have a hydrangea bed, and all of these hydrangea can take a little bit of the sun that they get.
Okay.
So
what do you get? Do you get afternoon sun or you get the morning sun?
we get west sun,
West
but
sun.
it doesn't start coming to us until about 2 o'clock.
Okay.
So, and then it disappears pretty quickly. So even though it's western, it isn't, you know, real harsh.
Okay, okay. And your variegated Japanese iris.
And the only
nice.
reason I got those is because of the leaves. Aren't they
Okay,
pretty?
yeah, I like the way they look. I do.
I tell you, I put these in several years ago, and everybody asked me about
I
them.
like those.
And I don't even know what color flower it is. I really don't, but I love the leaves.
Yeah, those look real nice. All right, now talk a little bit about your walkway here that we're on.
Well, we wanted to have a little walkway through these two beds, and my husband got several quotes, and he choked on the price of it. So he says, you know, we can do that ourselves. So
Oh boy.
we did. We put this walk down by ourselves, and it took us a couple of weekends. Wow. So it was a little bit of a challenge, but we made it through.
Y'all made it through? Okay. All right. You are so talented. How about that? That's pretty good. Now let's look at your walking stick, the hairy lauder walking stick.
I know. I love that.
I like the growth.
I actually saw that at a garden tour I went on. There was a real tall one, and I just fell in love with it. Yeah. And I just had to have it.
Yeah, I love the growth. It has the, you know, contorted growth.
Yeah.
The weeping habit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's real nice.
It is.
So your husband likes drainage, right?
He does. Is
that why we have
he
that
does. We have, you know, we've got some drainage holes from that garden up there, and you know, we just have this pathway. Okay. And so he loves to create. He had a dry creek bed in our other house, okay. And so he created this dry creek bed for us, and
it's pretty nice.
It works.
It works.
It works.
Okay. Like the big leaf golden ray, looks real nice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I had some, what were they, Huntington carpet rosemary, okay. All along here, that creeping rosemary, and the winter got them all.
Oh.
So these are just scrub rosemary bushes. I felt like, well, you know, I'm just going to plant these here. They're not that ground cover like stuff, but anyway, at least if they die, I can just rip them up. I just love rosemary,
I like
don't
the way it
you?
smells. I do.
Oh man.
And a lot of people cook with it, so yeah, it does smell good. But they're hanging on. They're doing okay.
They're doing okay.
Yeah, they're doing just fine. There's your Annabelles right there. Then you have your nice crepe myrtles up there.
Right.
Your roses. I mean, it's very nicely
okay,
done.
that's the newest thing, but I actually,
the newest thing. Okay.
I actually had, it's not new to me, but I actually had these in my other house. These are drift roses. Okay. They're the hottest thing right now. But they're my kind of rose, because you don't have to do anything to them.
Don't have to worry about pruning.
You don't
or
have
any
to
of that
prune
stuff.
them.
Right.
You don't have to, nothing. And these have probably been in, well, these have been in 3 years.
Okay.
And look, you do want to see my red twig.
Yeah, we do want to see that.
Dogwood. Isn't that gorgeous?
That is nice.
Honestly, that's probably my favorite plant here.
Okay, okay.
I just love it. Again,
Now why is it your favorite plant?
well, years ago when I was taking a tour of the Missouri Botanic Garden.
Okay.
And the Kemper Center.
Okay.
And they were showing all the different dogwoods and what happens in the winter. And when I saw those red twigs, I've wanted one ever since. And I got that from Don Shadow. And, and look, it's just doing great. It loves that spot.
All right, so this is one of the homes on through our Garden Gates tour.
That's right, and I'm real excited about it. I was actually supposed to be on the tour 4 years ago when I had a big tree fall in my backyard.
I remember that.
we had to find another garden in a hurry. So I'm really glad to be on the tour this year.
Well, good, and we're going to hear a little bit more about the tour coming up. Okay, we have Miss Melissa Taylor. She's the current president of the Memphis Area Master Gardener Association.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Oh, no problem. Thanks for being here. So, through our Garden Gates tour, what are the folks going to see?
Well, we're very excited. This is our 6th year for the tour, and the houses are all within a 6-mile radius. So it's going to be really easy for everybody to get around and see all of them. And that one, they could probably even do it in the morning or the afternoon, or take a leisurely day, have lunch in between. But a lot of different homes with a lot of different structures and plants, and there's a lot to learn out there from these homes.
Okay, now what is the time?
It's June the 6th. It's from 9 to 4, and you can find out more information on our website, memphisareamastergardeners.org.
All right, .org. Okay. Now I understand there might be a bike route.
Yes.
How about that? That's pretty exciting.
We're very excited, and we may have one published up on the website, but all the homes and the addresses are on our website, so you can also look at it yourself and maybe figure out your own bike route. But we're trying to work on something because they're so closely together. It goes from the west side of Overton Park to the east side of Audubon Park, so all the homes are within that 6-mile radius.
I think that's pretty neat. And I understand your home is going to be on the tour as well.
It is. It is going to be on there as well.
Okay. Are you excited about that?
I'm very excited. It's been a great learning opportunity for me to be on it. So
that's pretty neat. So we have the current president of the association. We have a past president of the association. Both homes are on the tour. All right. So thank you, Melissa. Appreciate you being here.
Thank you, Chris.